Aloha, students and families of our St. Michael Religious Education Program. It's me, Mr. Josh, coming to you from my at-home altar and prayer space. And so, if you haven't done so already, take some time today to prepare your at-home altars. It doesn't have to have much, at least a candle and a Bible or some prayer cards. You can have just about anything on your altar, as long as it's a place that's set aside where you can go to pray and sort of remind you of this season in particular. Today is the first day of the season called the Easter Triduum. It's a 3-day, threefold celebration that starts today, Holy Thursday, with the Supper of the Lord this evening, and concludes on Easter Vigil, which is the Saturday night, the evening before Easter Sunday. Today in particular, we remember the Lord's Supper. The Last Supper. Some of us in a Filipino or Portuguese home like mine, you have a picture of the Last Supper in your kitchen or in your dining room. And so it's that picture where Jesus is gathered with his disciples or the apostles, where he teaches them, or where he preaches, teaches, and has his last meal with them. And so today we remember that. We remember one thing, first of all. Today, Jesus instituted the priesthood by calling his 12 disciples to do as he did, to love as he has loved, to make sacrifices, to go beyond just a normal way of leading people to him. The second thing he did was institute the Eucharist. Now, it's been weeks since we've all had the opportunity to go to communion and receive Jesus in the Eucharist. But today in particular, we remember Jesus, the institution of the Eucharist, and how he calls us to remember him by the sacrifice of the Mass. And so today, as we watch virtually the Mass on Facebook or on our parish website, or even, however you are able to get it, think about that. Think about the fact that we're unable to receive Christ in the Eucharist, and how much we desire to taste his body and blood again. And as we continue to pray for the end of this COVID-19 pandemic, I want you to kind of think of something in particular today. Today, Jesus bows down as the teacher and as the leader of this group of men, or haphazard men, really. He comes up, takes off his outer garments, bends down, and begins to wash the feet of his disciples. How many of us can actually say that we have someone who leads our families, our countries, our this world in the way that Jesus has led? Almost nobody can say that we lead as Jesus leads. And the way that Jesus leads is sacrificially. He becomes a servant instead of a triumphant king. He bows down to wash the feet of his disciples instead of having them wash his feet. Jesus didn't come to be a conqueror. He came to be a servant and a slave. As it says in one of my favorite songs, "I, your Lord and Master, have now become your servant. Now kneel and wash each other's feet as I have done for you." Jesus calls us to kneel down and wash each other's feet. Parents, I encourage you today to wash the feet of your children. Spend time with them in prayer, either before or after Mass this evening, and wash the feet of your children. Show them the way that Jesus leads. Show them that true humility and true leadership comes from humble service, that even parents lead humbly. The last thing I want you guys to remember this day is that you should, one thing that I want you to do today is also have a family meal. Take some time to spend time together. Turn off the TV, turn off the music, and just be with each other this evening, just as Jesus was with his disciples. As we move forward to tomorrow, Good Friday, let us walk in silence with Jesus as he waits his condemnation, persecution, and then crucifixion. As we continue this journey through this Easter Triduum week, I encourage you all to continue to pray, to continue to love as Jesus loved, and to be Christ and the light, be Christ for the world, to be the light of the world. And may God continue to bless you always. God bless our families and our students. And on behalf of our Religious Ed team, we love you, we miss you, and we can't wait to see you again. God bless.